Hi, I'm Martin D'Souza with Odie Tug, and I'm here with Stephen Feuerstein with the Oracle Developer Advocates team. Welcome, Stephen.
Thanks very much. It's good to be here for my, 25th Kscope or something like that.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention we're actually here at Kscope 16 live in Chicago.
At my hometown. I love it.
How was it to not fly for a change?
Well, it's this weird combination of convenience and inconvenience.
Yeah.
Conveniently, because I hate to fly, I didn't have to fly here. But the nice thing, and I'm not staying in the hotel because I want to sleep in my own bed. But boy, it's nice to fall out of bed in the morning and just, there you are at the conference. I have to actually plan things out.
Yeah.
But anyway, better that than flying. So.
Well, yeah, and it's not every day you get to go to a conference in your hometown, right? That's really good. So, Stephen, we relaunched the Oracle PL/SQL Apex Challenge. You want to talk about that a bit more and how that's going and how other people can get involved with the Apex Challenge?
Sure. So we created a website back in 2010 called the PL/SQL Challenge. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, the name was probably an unfortunate choice because it was never just about PL/SQL, but the idea is that it's a quiz platform built around active learning. So instead of you reading a book or watching a video and reading the documentation and then trying to absorb that information and then apply it to your code, we give you an active way to learn. So you come to the site, you can take weekly quizzes on SQL, PL/SQL, database design, deductive logic, and most recently now, Application Express. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that by engaging in an active multiple choice question, you have to test your knowledge. Mm-hmm. And if you choose, you get to compete internationally with others.
Nice.
So we are about to hit our millionth answer since we started in 2010. And unfortunately, we haven't been organized enough to do a celebration around the 1 millionth answer. So we've decided that what we're going to do is celebrate the 1 megabit answer, which is like 1,045,000 or something. So I bought myself a few months.
Nice. But, creative way to do that?
Yes, thank you. I pride myself on creatively getting out of jams. So it's a great platform. We've had thousands of people over the years try things out, and I encourage the Application Express community to try out the In Some Written quizzes. It's a great opportunity to both deepen your knowledge about areas you're already aware of and also learn about new features in the product set.
Great, and I think it's good because we're essentially gamification, the learning process for PL/SQL and Apex and all the other tools out there.
Yeah, playing the PL/SQL Challenge is just like playing video games. It's so exciting. We got the first-person shooter. No, but you're right. It is gamified. It's an ugly name. It's an ugly word. But anyway, you do get points for both ranking in your quizzes and just activity on the site. In fact, we recently, our top ranked player, not by competitions but by activity, just passed his 100,000 point level.
Wow.
It's fellow Stelios from Greece. He's very, very committed. So people clearly like that reputation marker. They like to see their commitment to their craft reflected on a site like this, and we're planning actually on expanding that gamification out to our other sites as well, Ask Tom, LiveSQL, and so on, so that no matter where you go in our constellation of sister sites, you see that you can see, and you could even show your manager, here's where I'm spending my time to deepen my craft, understand this technology better.
And I think that's one of the nice things is sometimes as developers you need either a break or you've got 15 minutes to kill and you don't want you can't really start something new because it takes time, the context switching, but you're just like, I want to do something, I want to learn, I want to make valuable time. I think that's where the PL/SQL Apex Challenge really comes in as well.
Right, it's a great, I guess you could say, time filler. Different people use it differently. So, we used to do daily quizzes on PL/SQL, that was a trick. 5 new quizzes a week. And we had people who turned it into an absolute daily ritual. They get up in the morning, they do their quiz, or at the end of the day they do their quiz, or whatever. Now it's on a weekly basis, a little bit less structured, but still, it's a great way to complement the other things you're doing during your day.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Stephen, I know you're launching a new initiative with the PL/SQL Challenge. The site's been the same for a very long time, and it's going to get a revamping. Can we talk about that a bit?
I would love to. Yeah, so we built the site originally in 2010. It's an Application Express site, and it was built on 4.2, and we made a decision not to stick with the standard theme, so we did a custom theme. And I think it worked really nicely for a while, but sites get kind of old in the tooth. Yep. They look like they were built a while ago, and they act like that. And we weren't able to take full advantage of Apex 5 and Universal Theme and a lot of the stuff in the tool. So we decided to rebuild the site. And in the process of rebuilding it, we also went back and rethought why people use the site, what it's really for. Because there are a lot of different places you can go for different kinds of knowledge. And we didn't want to step on other sites' toes. For example, Ask Tom is great for answering questions. That's not the point of the PL/SQL Challenge. You go to LiveSQL if you want to build and run scripts. That's not really the point of the PL/SQL Challenge. What I finally came around to realizing, or at least my belief, is that what you're doing when you go to the PL/SQL Challenge site is you're kind of tuning up your knowledge. You're staying fit. You're keeping the knowledge fresh. Like you might not have been doing anything with dynamic SQL for a year. You've got a project coming up. How do you get back up to speed on these things? And taking these quizzes are a way to do that. So the concept right now is what we're calling the Oracle Dev Gym. So it's like you go to the gym, you go to the fitness center, and you exercise. And and we rebuilt the entire site from the ground up in Apex 5, which was a fantastic experience.
And using the new theme roller, right? That must have felt so nice to do.
Using the cards, using the regional display selectors, really leveraging Apex in a way that we haven't before, greatly simplified the site. And the other part that I think is really interesting is that we went back and looked at the use cases for the site itself and ended up kind of flipping the site on its head. And I don't know how many times our listeners will have gone through that or you've gone through that experience, but it's been very interesting to me. I wasn't expecting it. So here's the thing. We focus the site primarily around taking those competitive weekly quizzes. That's why the name of the site is this challenge site. But a whole lot of people, even from the very beginning, made it really clear to me that they don't want to compete. They just want to learn stuff. And at the same time, we also had this growing library of over 2,000 quizzes that people have taken competitively. So they can't play them competitively anymore. But there's this enormous library of quizzes that 99% of even our developer community have never seen, so they're brand new for them. But they had no easy way to get at them. So what we've done is, again, flip it on its head. So now it's all driven around, you're coming to the site, you want to do something, have some exercise, you can compete if you want to. But otherwise, with just like 2 or 3 clicks, you're taking a quiz on whatever your topic of interest is. So it's a very fast, streamlined process of getting this enormous library of content out to our users in a way that they couldn't get out before. Plus, the most exciting thing in a way for me for the Dev Gym is that we're including a personal trainer. So you basically provide you provide some targets. So I want to hit this percentage of accuracy in my quizzes. I want to take this many quizzes in a month. And these are the topics that I'm most interested in getting stronger in. And we generate customized weekly workouts for you. So we'll tell you, take this video, then answer these quizzes, read this doc, answer these quizzes. And so I think that's something that people can now take and run with in a way that, they'll try a quiz here, they'll try a quiz there, but if they can be offered this cohesive work plan to get from A to B to strengthen their knowledge around a specific analytic function or a PL/SQL feature, hopefully they'll be really excited about that.
And I think that's really cool because sometimes the hardest thing is people don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And this at least gives them that start of saying, hey, I never knew, for instance, I know Connor McDonald has this whole KISS on keep it simple on analytic functions. Right. And a lot of people aren't even aware they're there. So this gives them that introduction. And then obviously they can take away from it, go read the documentation, but it's at least enough to get started. And then when you're reading the more complex documentations or features online, you can say, hey, I've seen it work in the basic level. Now I know what it actually does. I have a better understanding. So I think it's a great thing that you guys are offering with that.
Thanks. Hopefully it'll take off pretty dramatically. So far the response has been very positive. Now, it's an early adapter release. So the only way you get to it is by going to the PL/SQL Challenge. You register there, but it's pretty much an automatic process once you single sign on. And from there you can check out the Dev Gym, give us feedback on it. So our main focus right now is to honor our user community. We have thousands of people who have played quizzes. We want to make sure that they like the new site, that it meets their needs before we start to push it out to a wider audience.
Yeah. And so I guess the community will see this roll out slowly and progressively over the next year or so?
Oh, faster than that, I'm hoping. I'd say by open world we should have a very much larger public presence. Part of it is not just finishing the site, but it's all content driven. So we've done a lot of videos, we've built a lot of quizzes, we need to sort of pull it all together.
Mash it all together, experience. Great, well perfect. Thank you very much, Stephen, and I look forward to it, and I'm sure the rest of the community looks forward to the new Dev Gym.
Thanks, and thank you to Insum and Martin for the quizzes you're writing on Application Express.
No problem, yeah, it's a whole team behind that, and so it's not just me doing it, but there's a whole team, and they're actually learning a lot writing the quizzes. We as a group, we internally have a little process, and each week someone writes the quiz, but we also evaluate internally before we post it on your site, and it's been a huge learning opportunity for our team, and we find value in it, and I encourage other developers out there who may have been quite on the fence of whether they write the quiz or do something, is to write it or at least help join the reviewing team, because you can learn so much from them. Each week we always learn something new, so I encourage other people to get involved with that.
I definitely have the same experience. I learned a lot about PL/SQL, writing quizzes on PL/SQL, and I thought I knew a fair amount. Turns out there was a lot I didn't know, and in fact, not just that, but we discovered features, not bugs, I don't think I call them bugs, but things that nobody really knew about the way that PL/SQL worked. We've identified bugs back to development bugs and documentation. So it's been a great community experience overall.
Great.
And hopefully more and more people will engage.
Yep, I hope so too. All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Stephen.